Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we've got a Toronto Raptors video for you. Preseason starts tomorrow, and it is about damn time. So, welcome back to the channel. If you guys enjoy this video, you want more Raptors content all season, be sure to hit that like button and hit that sub button. Getting close to 8.5k subscribers, so thank you guys so much. Every new subscription is greatly appreciated. There's a handful of preseason games, and then we're going to get right into the regular season. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to just kind of go through a couple of players on the roster and just kind of talk about a little bit preseason predictions, a little bit preseason preview, and that whole type of thing. So starting off, I still want to talk a little bit about Pascal. I made a video talking about Pascal today. I think for him, he is a player who has gotten significantly better in off seasons, and just not having access to the same type of training as he did as he would have compared from Tampa to back home in Canada, in Toronto. I think that is something that goes often overlooked as well. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Scottie Barnes, I can't wait to see how he plays this preseason. When I made my preseason prediction on Scottie, I was thinking if he can just score double-digit points, 10 points per game, 10 plus points per game, still show defensively he is very good, very locked down. If he can handle the ball, find open teammates, if he can shoot above 30% from three, that would be absolutely huge for a successful season from Scottie Barnes, successful rookie season from Scottie Barnes. I'm excited to see what his workload will be in these couple of preseason games, because Nick Nurse, when asked on last Monday during media day, he came out and he said it's going to be as much as Scottie Barnes can handle. And so that has you extremely excited, thinking, is there a chance somehow, some way Scottie Barnes comes out in the regular season averaging 30 minutes per game, or at least close to? I think it's fully capable. That's definitely a realistic possibility, just considering Pascal Siakam's going to be out for, I would say at the very, very least 1 week. I think it will be close to a month, if not a full month, but at the very, very least a week. So a handful of games in the regular season, and in the preseason, you will get a better look at how many minutes Scottie Barnes will be getting. Next up, you have Chris Boucher. He's going to be really interesting as well, because it's going to be him and Scottie Barnes who are going to be filling up the allocated minutes for Pascal. Last season, it was much different for Chris. He actually completely broke out. Almost averaged 14 points per game. He shot over 38% from three. We've talked about this before. His defense, a lot of people are calling for it to be overrated or just kind of lackluster, but for some reason, Nick Nurse would throw him in, or I guess it's not for some reason, it's due to the lackluster center core that they had last season. But you saw just Chris Boucher play as the small ball five center way too much, when in reality that is just not his position. That is not what he is good at. So in the preseason, I'm looking directly at his minutes total. I'm looking at Scottie Barnes' minute total. I'm going to see if they're even going to possibly play a little bit together. These are the two guys who both of them should be ready to break out with the open minutes ready to go. So next season, I think what's important for Chris Boucher really is just to stay healthy. I think if he stays healthy, it's going to be a successful season for him. Next up, we'll talk about Khem Birch. He set career numbers for himself in Toronto last season: 12 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 1.9 assists. This is something that was crazy, because he in Orlando was not known at all. Like, he was barely getting minutes in their very deep rotation. Comes to Toronto and all of a sudden has a very good season, actually ends up getting paid. And so for what I think Khem Birch next season, he's actually one of the Raptors' only centers, and I think standing at 6'9", 6'8", somewhere, but you could say safe 6'9", not that big. The Raptors shouldn't be relying on him too heavily for offense, just even without Pascal. But once Pascal comes back, it really should be Khem Birch defensively. I want to see what he can do. If he has a three-point shot or if he has a mid-range game, that would be unreal. That would be absolutely unreal. Then I think he could average close to, honestly, 15 points per game, but I don't expect anything too crazy like that. Next year, with Freddie Gillespie being still up in the air, and then Precious Achiuwa, who was very good, but next season, I think it's just really important for Khem Birch to stay healthy as well. It really is just goes to show you, like, all of these guys, if they can stay healthy, they can really build something special. But even if they're struggling a little bit, as long as they're healthy, that is what's most important next year, is you want to see this health. So defense and health next season for Khem Birch is really what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. And in this preseason, I'm going to be looking to see if he has a shot, because if for some reason he does, that just might even increase my chances or my personal beliefs as to why I think Toronto is fully capable of making a deep run. Lastly, I'll talk about Goran. I briefly talked about him in a video last night. He's just a really solid player. He's going to be really solid, whether he's coming off the bench, whether he's starting here and there. I don't think he'll get too many starts, because I think Gary Trent Jr. should be safe to average about 15 points per game this season on hopefully relatively consistent shooting. But looking at Goran, he's so old that he is such a good veteran leader, veteran presence to have in that locker room and on the court. So for next season, they'll most likely trade him at some point in time, but unless the Toronto Raptors are like a top 3, maybe even a top 4 seed, Goran will 100% get traded. If the Raptors are rolling, if they're hot, I could definitely see them sticking on to him, because, hey, why not? You already got Precious Achiuwa out of the deal. But who knows? I think he'll still end up getting traded. I don't think he'll be too crazy. What's going to be most important for Goran and the Raptors next season is just maintaining health. He's got to stay healthy. Got to increase his value. Can't do that if you're hurt. So it's very important for him to stay healthy. Altogether, I can't wait to see how this Raptors team does in the preseason. If you guys enjoy this video, you want more Raptors content, I got you covered all preseason, all regular season, so hit that subscribe.